welcome back. So this is my third episode I wanted to post. I was trying to think what I should talk about, but this video series for me was really a way of journaling rather than writing things down. It was a way to kind of capture my journey to wherever I'm going, be that success or failure. I'm not sure that's the right way to look at it. But I wanted to be honest with myself. I wanted to document the highs and the lows. I think, looking at social media and YouTube videos, which I do a lot, I must admit. I see a lot of success stories, and I don't think you get to see a lot of the downsides, the struggles that people go through. They might talk about it just briefly, but I guess that's not the sexy side of things. It's the, go get them, hustle. But this week for me has been a bit of a down week. I think it comes down to a couple of factors. I obviously, if you've seen my other videos, know that I was let go of my work. I was given 4 months gardener's leave. So technically I'm still employed, but I'm not active in the company at the moment. Something happened in the interaction with work kind of made me feel very much like I didn't matter. Now, the company I worked for had always put people first, and even though I'm not working for the company, it really hurt some of the stuff that they did to me. And I've taken that personally. I don't know if that's the situation I'm in, what it is. Maybe it's a reaction to being let go. I don't think anyone necessarily wants to be let go of their job. But yeah, it kind of sucked, to be honest. I took it personally, and I feel just like I wasn't valued. And that's hard because I'd worked for this company for 6 years, almost 6 years. And I think I'd given them a lot. They'd also given me some stuff as well, but I thought I was a valued member. And when you're not there anymore, it's like you don't count. And I remember getting this feeling years ago when I worked for one of the big banks in the UK. I remember when I finished up, I'd been there for 19 years. And I walked out and nobody gave two hoots about it. I had a leaving do, which was nice. Some people showed up, not any of my big managers. And I was young at the time, and to have given 19 years to a company was pretty unusual. And no one really gave a damn about it. And I remember walking over Southwark Bridge in London, walking back to the train station, just thinking, wow, 19 years gone like that, and no one from the company said a great thank you other than the people I work closely with. And it's quite strange. But I don't want to dwell on it too much. I think this is almost my first month of the gardening leave up. I don't know if I've not actively looked for new jobs, but something scared me the other day. I realised that there's only 3 months to actually find another job. I don't think that I want to be employed. I want to build something myself, because the more I think about companies and the way that they're structured, and unless they think differently and think more along the lines that I do, I'm not sure it's going to be a good fit. So I guess this is where a lot of consultancy comes in. People aren't employed full-time, they're employed for specific jobs to deliver things. So I don't know if that's an option for me. But for 5 years, I've been trying to build a process modelling business, something that I learned in the UK from a boss who turned into a very good friend of mine. He taught me a way of doing process modelling, which I'd never ever seen before. And I wanted to take this and teach it to people because I believe it's an unbelievable skill. It was like I'd found a pot of gold and no one was looking, and I just want to kind of share this wealth and almost turn that into a business and teach people how to do it, because I think that would benefit companies, people, projects, you name it. I think it's It's a process that can be applied in so many situations, but people don't tend to do it. So I was thinking about doing that, and I've been trying to do it for 5 years, and there's something that holds me back. I don't know what that is. I've done coaching, I've done therapy, so I think there's stuff in my background, but I don't want those things to be an excuse for me not to be successful. And I know success can be deemed, you're a millionaire, and I don't necessarily know that I want to be a millionaire. I want to be in control of my life, have enough money that I can do the things that I want to without concern. And if there is a break in employment, then that's also okay. So I've been listening to a lot of YouTube videos, thinking, and I've read so many books over the years, listened to so many podcasts, and because I'm finding it hard to be motivated. When you're doing things on your own, it is a bit difficult. And I'd made some traction before with this process modeling business, but then some stuff happened with work, and it basically took a bit of a dip. I can't seem to sit my bum down and try and work on it. So I said to myself, why don't I try a 2-week experiment? 2 weeks and see if I get on board with it. And there's a few things going on in my mind. Should I just give this knowledge away for free? Because I've been holding on to it, and sometimes it feels like I'm really holding on. It's quite like it's a big secret, and if I tell the world, people will do better than me. But I think if I let it go and just let people have it, then that will be fine. And that might actually be the start of something. I have no idea. But in order to do that, I need to build a funnel, I need to build an audience, and I have a few people that follow me, but you need to be consistent in business. So I want to set myself a challenge, 2 weeks, see if I can set up this funnel with this application, which I actually enjoy doing. There's a lot of fun in that for me. See if I can get something moving. Now, I'm aware that I'm one of these people that doesn't necessarily see how far they've come. They always just see the next thing and then the next challenge. So I need to record some metrics. I think that's important to me. I've done the same thing when I've done workouts. You'd often just forget what you'd actually done. So it's good to take pictures of your body if you're trying to achieve a goal, and it gives you sort of more motivation to see where you come from, because sometimes you look in the mirror and what you see back in your mind is not what you were expecting, and there's disappointment. But ultimately, figures don't tend to lie. I know there's stories in between those numbers, but it will give me more motivation to do it. So that is my goal, to do 2 weeks, see what I can achieve, focus on that, because I was becoming a bit overwhelmed with too many things. I have a whiteboard just by my desk over here, and I just write a big to-do list. And all last week I kept looking at this list, and I couldn't just take one thing off. It was just, oh yeah, this, and this, and this. And it just became too overwhelming. So I actually took that list and I broke it down to smaller bits and to put into areas. And just to take it away from that whiteboard was a huge relief for me. And then I realized, okay, that's out of my mind. It's not a struggle. I can come back, I can focus on those small tasks, and I can start to move forward. So that's where I am. A down week, I would say. But I'm looking forward to something. I'm looking at how to motivate myself, challenge myself, and see where I go from there. Let's see. I'll let you know next week. And hopefully that's a bit more positive. That's it from me. It's been a good therapy session. So if you are listening, I appreciate you. And I'll let you know how it goes. Cheers.